So what is the dark web? There's technically a definition, and then there's a definition that's more to the point. Technically, the dark web is simply areas on the internet that require specific credentials or software or configurations to access. Resources on the dark web do their best not to show up on search engines, and all resources on the dark web do their darndest to be anonymous to everyone. They did this to make it easier for folks to safely surf the web who lived in countries that didn't allow it, like China, North Korea, Iran, etc. So why does everyone treat it as, well, evil? That takes us to the next definition. The dark web is also where people go to do things that they don't want tracked or compromised by anybody. Keep in mind that dark web is not a term with a pure technical definition, but hopefully you get the idea. For purposes of this conversation though, we're going to talk about the dark web and hackers. It's where a lot of bad guys go to do bad things, and more importantly, buy and sell bad things. Luckily, I know a bad guy hacker dude that I brought in to explain the process a little more in depth. So I'll have him come in. Thanks for coming, man. I'll step out, let you do your thing. Sounds good, man. What up, guys? Bad guy hacker here. So it goes a little something like this. A bad guy hacker, like me, breaks into the network of a store or an online retailer you frequent. Let's use Verizon as an example. So a couple years back, Verizon actually found that as many as 14 million of their customers were actually exposed for about 6 months. So bad guy hacker breaks into Verizon, copies all the usernames, passwords he can. See, these bad guys, us hackers, we're bad dudes, and we want to make some money for all of our efforts. So we're looking to sell those credentials. And where does one sell stolen goods? Well, you'd be right. The black market, of course. Well, you're not going to find those buyers through Google or even Bing, really. Enter the dark web. Come on, guys, let's go. Kidding. So that's where all sorts of illegal activity takes place, such as the buying and selling of stolen data. Us bad guy hackers, we got a bunch of usernames and passwords, and we're looking to offload them at the right price. But some of us, we just know how to hack. We don't really know what to do with the stuff once we have it. So there's dark web entity number 1, the hacker who has something to sell. Now, dark web entity number 2, that's the person who knows what to do with this data. If they had all those usernames and passwords, they can use that stuff to, well, log on to other networks. You see, a lot of people use the same or similar passwords on all of their accounts. Identity theft, outright banking theft, credit card fraud, but they have no clue how to get the user and password information. And that brings us to entity 3, the online, well, it's a store. This place where people, oh my gosh, that was a terrible idea. This is a place where people can go to buy and sell all of these ill-gotten items. Data, usernames, passwords, addresses, email addresses, credit card info. They make sure that folks can buy and sell, and the dark web keeps the identity of these participants safe and secure. So what can you do? There are a lot of dark web monitoring services available, but honestly, the majority of alerts are false positives and/or represent a minimal of actual vulnerability. So the main thing, stop using the same passwords. Even if you add an exclamation point or an @ sign or any variation of it, just make different passwords. And use MFA or multi-factor authentication for all of your accounts that are important to you. Yeah, this scrub actually has a video about that right over here.
Hey, I'm not a scrub.
So use MFA or end up like this guy whose information I sold while recording this video. Wait, what? Aw, crap. Still got it.